Hello there, ladies and gents. We are already in the midst of the draft. We are here in game 4. It's DR Hellcats going up against ZEN Ameonna. And DR Hellcats have already picked up the Camille. We've seen a lot of priority on Camille and Galio, and now it's on two separate sides of the
The
game.
first time that we're seeing Gragas because he has been banned in the last few games that we've seen. But while Tank Gragas could also be flexed to mid as AP Gragas, so good to have to see how they want to change this up. Maybe Galio could also be in support or mid. But
Yep.
Zen taking inspiration from the very first game, and oh my god, my favorite champion has just been picked. It's
Ah, yes.
Nami.
Anya Nami May. Your champion has been picked. Yeah, I want to talk a little bit about the background of these teams as well, especially DR Hellcats, because DR Hellcats here were the runner-up in the first FSL Wild Rift Open. They went up against the Next Play Tempest, who we saw earlier in Game 1, who beat them 3-0, but they still... second place is definitely no joke, so they're definitely a force to be reckoned with. And on this other side, it is ZEN Ameonna, who is a name that we not exactly seen for now, but they have won against two teams who participated in the first Wild Rift Open, so it's possible that they might be a dark horse, you know.
And looking at the drafts, but for the first time, we have seen Camille being played, of course. For some reason, teams recognize that, okay, she's not worth a ban. We can still deal with her. But the thing is, for Hellcats here, they finally have a ball carrier for Camille. So we saw Camille
Yes.
Galio combo in the previous round. Now we have Orianna and Camille combo. So very excited to see how this team executes that. And Renekton was buffed in the last patch, but he still hasn't really been S tier. The thing is, like, his heal went up, I believe, on his first skill, and he is kind of like on the edge of the meta. We did see him picked a little bit in the Icon series in PH, but not that much, more of a situational pick. It looks like here they're gonna send him to the top lane while Camille goes to jungle.
Makes you wonder why they want to pick the Renekton over something like the Fiora or the Garen, because none of the bans were for the top lane, by the way. There was Ziggs, Katarina, Akali, and Jarvan 4. So it makes you wonder what strategy do they have that they would decide to pick the Renekton over some of these other power picks that are available. Okay, no time to talk about that because there's a huge fight right now. That's a two-man taunt there. Vambi has already gone down. Very nice Death Bush setup there. And DR Hellcats lose one.
We didn't see any level 1 action, but this game just blew out of right out of there. And Nami, I also really happy to see Nami, of course, because some are calling her sleeper OP compared to Janna, who is definitely hands down S tier, right? So could have picked Janna here, could even have picked Lulu,
Yes.
but instead then goes with the Nami. And Nami Triss, it gives Triss so much empowerment with that slows on Nami's third skill.
Yep.
And the healing that's gonna come here. So against Braum, she's gonna just have to watch out for his shield so that she doesn't get her ultimate cancelled.
Yeah, of course, it is very similar to the Seraphine ultimate that one Braum shield can just make it like as if it never existed. But for now, at the very least, Zen are pushing in that bottom lane with that Tristana pick, already forcing the Honey Fruit out of the Dr. Hellcats lineup.
And the camera just saw Orianna poke out that Galio a lot. Has vision, but didn't quite manage to steal.
Okay. Yeah, the Hellcats right here have control over this river, but Cess is a level ahead. The bot lane as well, with the priority, is gonna pick up this crab. It's gonna be not gifted to the jungler. Instead, it's gonna be Chicharon, the 80 carry, who picks that one up.
I've wanted to see Orianna just be a little bit more proactive compared to Galio. She did poke him out, but it was Galio who rotated first because Red Team had vision on the blue side's blue buff. Orianna just hanging around in mid lane while they couldn't really figure out where Galio was, but nonetheless, Red Team rather did manage to secure bot lane scuttle. And Zen at level 5 does has Vi ultimate, but Hellcat's just gonna spot it out. I mean, it's gonna be hard to really dive a Braum, especially since he's level 4. He's gonna hit level 5 soon with the ultimate. So good on Zen to just back off on that one. And everybody is just gonna resolve farming.
That's right. Just when you say that, Camille paying a visit to the top lane. Tank Gragas right now, very strong, but doesn't have any mana left. But he does have a jungler who is hanging around as well. I believe she was spotted out by that ward. So the Hellcats know her location at the moment.
Everyone is level 5, so everyone has access to their ultimates. It's just gonna be a matter of which team pulls the trigger first. On the blue side, Orianna still needs some time to scale, though they do have a wombo combo. But gonna need some items before she actually does some damage. On the side of red, however, Vi is your jungler, so an early pick here, being pulled on by the jungler on that ultimate to get Tristana a hit, that could be a win, because that's what we saw in game 1, where NXP ran away with the game with this Vi Tristana combo.
Resets are going to be coming out. The dragon is up in 10 seconds. And the first ones to the party look like it'll be the Hellcats actually that are the first ones over. Tristana just making a recall now, picking up a static Shiv as her first item.
Hope he's posturing around the dragon. In terms of wards, blue team has just a little bit that much more. They have vision on this area here near the mid lane. And Gragas has also rotated out, so everyone is hanging on this bottom side of the map. No one is at top.
Renekton actually pathing back up towards the top lane while Gragas is still hanging around in mid, so he's going to be able to push this wave in. The vibe from the side of Zen actually pathing away from the dragon signals that neither team really wants it just yet.
Yeah, really curious why none of the teams want to take a risk. Very defensive play. I would say the most defensive plays that we've seen so far in these games. Looks like everyone's just kind of hanging around.
Yeah, every game so far that we've seen. Oh, that was a very nice dodge there. But every game that we've seen so far, the moment that the dragon spawns, instantly all eyes are towards it. But for this game, actually, you just see them kind of keeping it in the back of their mind, but not actually making any play to go for it, just constantly pushing out the waves. And now the Hellcats have started it up, but it's going to be Camille jumping in straight onto the Tristana. Can the Nami peel this one? The tidal wave is going to be coming out. Tristana is still alive, and Renekton has already gone down the redemption as well to keep Tristana healthy. And the rest of Zen are in the front lines as well. Tristana is going to start Goomba stomping her way through. Going to be able to surely pick up this kill as well. Oof, the buster shot and that Winter's Bite there to find a return kill. But Zen with a very strong team fight there. They're going to pick up this dragon.
Finally, we saw some action. We saw Camille on the blue team going in first, and that was followed up by... I don't think Orianna actually did the shockwave collectively. I think it was kind of delayed. It was Camille and Renekton who jumped in. Of course, Renekton was trying to get the stun combo that with Camille chain that CC, but the big thing was really the Orianna ultimate, which did not come out at the same time, because I believe Camille just went in a bit too far. She went beyond the enemy line. She was in the red team's jungle. So it's really hard for Hellcats to collectively follow up on that.
Most definitely, and the tidal wave as well hit both the Renekton and the Camille, and that really allowed Tristana to build a lot of space too, because she couldn't really rocket jump out of that Hextech ultimatum, but just from the Nami's peeling alone, that was enough to keep Tristana alive as well. That was really important, of course. The frontline Gragas and Vi just went in and started to attack. There's a Hellcats. Meanwhile, Gragas in the bottom lane. He's gonna get jumped on. I think he's gonna be going down. There's a nice cask there, but Camille gonna sweep up that kill.
Yeah, there was nothing much he could do. His dual lane is
Ooh.
here.
Top lane, though, that tidal wave is gonna connect, and one more auto attack from Tristana. It's gonna be a exchange of top laners, really, an exchange of turrets as well. Meanwhile, the Rift Herald has been started up. Looks like ZEN are gonna pick up an additional objective for themselves.
We want to see ZEN control this game. Now that they have Tristana ahead, I believe she has what, three kills in total? Her items are gonna come online a lot faster than Kai'Sa. And it really doesn't matter that Gragas died at bot because the team now has to play around Tristana. We saw Next Play do this in game 1 so perfectly. You know, it was one of the fastest games, it was so decisive, they used the momentum to their advantage. So we want to see ZEN here do the same thing, instead of give space to Hellcats to scale up, especially since they have an Orianna and a Kai'Sa. You do not want to go to late game.
Absolutely. ZEN right now with about 1,000 gold in the lead. They have gotten some turret right now. One turret in the top lane. And yeah, Hellcats have that mirrored. Yeah, Tristana 3, 1, and 3 as well. But Gragas is the one who's alone. His jungler just recalled. That's a little sad. However, he is a tanky boy and he's just able to body slam his way out of there.
Yeah, Sunfire cape on that. Gragas. Tristana completed static shift, going for her IE next. So very happy at where she's at right now. Again here, they are pressuring mid. Wow.
Yeah, that's a lot of pressure right there. Abusing the range of the Tristana compared to the Kai'Sa. Sess is going in onto the Renekton. It's jungler versus top lane. Dominus is gonna be popped. And Fire is gonna back off. But here comes the bot lane. They decide not to go in either.
Not too sure why Dominus was popped. Maybe just the insurance on getting out of there as soon as possible, knowing that the dual lane was rotating bot. But pings are coming out because the next dragon is gonna be spawning and Rift Herald as well.
Yeah, it's actually Baron that's spawning up there in 10 seconds. The Rift Herald's already taken down.
Yes, because it's 10 minutes.
That's right.
Realistically, none of the teams can take it right now. So Dragon is going to be the one that they're eyeing, and looks like ZEN is already setting up for it by pushing in this bot lane.
Yeah, there's a Camille around, however, who's gonna go straight in. The tidal wave is used as well, and there we go. That's the unbreakable from the Braum to block it out.
The ultimate was not expended there by Camille, so they still have a chance to challenge this. She did, however, have to burn Flash.
I'll have the hook shot.
Oh,
Teleport coming in as well. Galio trying to zone. The dragons dropping to about 3,000. But Galio is going in, taking a whole bunch of damage. Camille has jumped in. Is she going to be able to find a smite? No, she is not. Instead, she's going to find her screen gray. And the rest of the Dr. Hellcats are like, okay, we're just going to go mid. Which may not even be the best decision, honestly, because now they're going to get caught out as well. There's going to be a 3-man shockwave there. Pretty nice, but Tristana, for some reason, in the backline there, putting out tons of damage, but getting a lot returned as well. Stays alive for just a little while longer, but the rest of her team is able to clean house.
Oh, Dr. Hellcats. I wish they had a little bit more coordination there because Renekton was at top lane, so realistically, I don't think they were going to challenge this. He also didn't have his ultimate up because he burned it at bot lane just now. And Camille just kind of looking like she's doing her own thing, you know, just jumping in without any follow-up while the team decides to push mid. And because she perished, they also got punished in mid because ZEN just simply rotated and be like, hey, you overextended, we're gonna come and get you.
That's right. Camille opting for the Triforce first means that she does not have the Guardian Angel for the additional life, just in case she dives a little too far forward. That resulted in her death. Now ZEN have 6 kill lead and about 2,000 gold in their pockets. Importantly though, 1,000 of that is on the Tristana, who is at 2.5, nearly 3 items right now.
Yeah, to couple with that Ardent Sensor from Nami, it just empowers both of them a lot more. So we see here ZEN.
Oh, Tristana.
Oh,
Wow, she really pushed in right down to Queen, and Queen is super low right now. Hellcats have to back away. No, 1 centimeter vault breaker coming out there, but I believe ZEN would be able to push in a couple more waves.
The objective here for ZEN is really the mid lane tower, which is gating them from opening up the map. However, it is going to be up against an Orianna who already completed her first item. I believe she also has more relos. So, in a very comfortable spot just to throw out that ball and clear the waves and deny this from ZEN, who wants to accelerate the game. So if ZEN really wanted this mid tower, they're gonna have to die for it. I don't think they're quite prepared for that just yet.
Don't forget that there's also a Braum to block out whatever little damage that they can land. So they can't really even land chip damage on the turret. So they just forget about that. Instead, they're gonna go for the bottom lane turret, and there's gonna be a fight breaking out in the mid. Tristana is kind of caught out by the shockwave as well, but is able to rocket jump away. Thanks to the Galio ultimate there, everyone from ZEN stays alive. This flank though, ball breaker in onto the Camille as well. I believe there's no shockwave. Vi gonna go in with the assault and battery onto the back line. They're gonna be peeling off as well. Renekton in the middle of everyone pops out the Guardian Angel, and the damage is being landed onto the Gragas, who's gonna be the first victim of this fight. DR Hellcats are pretty low right now, but they are still alive.
Small team mistakes here from ZEN might cost them the game. We saw that they decided, okay, we cannot match this wave clear from Orianna. There's no point, they're not gonna dive mid. So what did? They sent Vi and Gragas to bot lane, which definitely got a lot of pressure. If you look at the bot turret, it is going down, it's just a few hits away. But the problem with that is that 3 of their members in mid decided to veer away from their turret, and a lot of spells were just traded, and it just wasn't worth it. And then they decided, well, we're gonna sandwich the blue team instead. But I don't think they were in a good position because cooldowns were down, ultimates were blown. And that's why ZEN didn't quite come out of that very well. But nonetheless, I think both teams have reset, and here we have the Cloud Dragon.
That's right, the next point of contention right now. If you look at the mid lane, both of the turrets are so low, but Galio is the one who's gotten caught out. The Hextech ultimatum landing straight onto the Tristana. Maybe a bit too far forward there by the Camille, takes a whole bunch of damage. Renekton going straight in, and they managed to delete that Tristana and land a 3-man shockwave as well. Now ZEN are lacking damage. They are forced to back away. Looks like they might be forced to give up the Cloud Dragon as well.
Yeah, I don't think they should be contesting this, but as I say that, they are poking their hits here.
Yeah, well, that's more than poking their hits. That's gonna be Vi going straight in and just vanishing. Okay. Yeah, the Hellcats are fairly low, but so is ZEN, and Renekton with the slice forward and the dice as well. They're gonna pick up 2 more, and now it's just 1 Nami against the world. Not gonna be turned into sushi just yet. But the mid lane turret surely going to go down.
Oh, that's so unfortunate from ZEN. I'm not sure why they overstepped there. They should have just given up the dragon cleanly instead of sacrificing their lives. But that just swings the momentum entirely in Hellcats' favor, and the goal too, because even though Tristana, she had 4 kills very early in the game, but her number of deaths is catching up because Camille caught her out of position. So Hellcats, recognizing these small windows of opportunities in the team fights, they know that once they chunk Tristana down, they know that once they get certain cooldowns up on the side of ZEN, certain spells are blown, certain ultimates are blown, that's where Hellcats decide to go in. Orianna already 2 items looking for that death cap.
Okay, Vi gonna get caught out there. The hero's entrance was used, so was the Hextech ultimatum. Now they need to peel back. That explosive cast, gonna help them out a little bit. There's gonna be a lot of ultimates traded. But while all this is happening, Tristana is actually in the bot lane right now. Gonna be able to pick up that turret, but the Hellcats probably not gonna be able to pick up this Baron. It's gonna be down to the junglers. The Vault Brigade has been charged up. Where is this Smite gonna go? And it's gonna be stolen away by ZEN. They're gonna be able to clean up the fight as well. Popping the Guardian Angel. The Gragas is so tanky as well, going straight after Queen and Rogue. Vi may be a little too far forward. The Kai'Sa is doing a lot of damage as well to those tanks, able to take them down. And just like that, ZEN, they pick up the Baron, but maybe they've overcommitted this a little bit. Tristana as well is able to keep herself alive through the Ignite. Yes. barely able to keep herself alive. Camille? Yeah, I don't know if she's gonna actually fall. This one more Winds of War will do the trick. It does land so low right now.
Oh,
Oh dear. One more Winds of War. Come on, Galio, you can do it. There we go, found it. Now Rogue DR is in trouble as well. Forced to flash away. Dr. Hellcats lost that Baron to the 50-50 smite. And they lost a couple of turrets as well. The game right now, by the skin of our teeth, it's so close. But with the Baron buff, ZEN can open up the map even more.
yeah, it was really back and forth. At first we thought ZEN had it, but then when the camera pan bot, we saw Tristana was really low in health. Honestly, Hellcats, they just didn't have the right vision set up for that Baron. If you look at a few seconds before this, their only ward was at the tri-bush of the top side, so they didn't actually have vision across the Baron pit beyond that wall. So they didn't see ZEN hovering there, trying to come in and steal that Baron. So nonetheless, I think it was a little bit more worth it for ZEN, since they did manage to get Baron buff on that side lane pushing Tristana, which is honestly not something that we see very often. We expect that the Baron laners would be the one there.
Yeah, oh, if you look at the itemization, actually, the Tristana has picked up a frozen mallet for herself, something that you don't really see on AD carries all the time. You expect her to go for something more like a Guardian Angel, but really wants to slow down her opponents and continue to be able to kite them really with that frozen mallet.
It signals to me that they still want to put Tristana in the side lane because she already has slows from Nami.
Yep. Ooh, that shockwave right there. A nice rocket jump as well. Jones was actually able to take out the Galio, and now Tristana might be in a spot of trouble. They're all gonna be flashing straight onto her. She goes golden. Where is the protection from the rest of the team? The explosive cast coming out. Is that gonna be enough? No, Kaisa able to land that auto attack. The Tristana is down, and they can clean up the game right here. Jones is gonna go forward with the slice and dice, procs the Brawn passive as well. Gragas dropping so low. Orianna is now dominating, and Queen flashing forward as well. That's gonna be another kill for the Hellcats, and they pick up the ace.
Hellcats are so good at spotting out these mistakes from ZEN. Why was Tristana and Nami the only two people in mid lane? And why was Vi and Gragas congregating at top? Because the moment you have your two squishies right there exposed, and Hellcats saw that as well with a very good vision setup. If you look at the map, Orianna saw that with the vision, and she used her ball, she initiated with the ultimate. I don't know, like ZEN feels like there's all these positional mistakes or lane assignments that are just not working out for them. If they manage to clean this up, if they manage to play it properly and really surround Tristana with that much more support, get the jungler shadowing them, maybe this game could be more in their favor. But right now, Hellcats, even though they got pushed in, it looks like they are still keeping this very competitive.
Definitely, they now have the Kaisa and the Orianna, who have reached that late game that we were so worried about. We're now 21 minutes in, and another thing is that the Tristana's deaths have really started to stack up. As you mentioned earlier, I believe she was like 4-1 just now. Now she's 4-4. Baron is up, and ZEN are the first ones here, but Queen and the rest of Dr. Hellcats have their Baron, but the Hextech ultimatum right there, flying straight through. Is the damage going to land onto the Tristana? Actually goes down. That might just be the game. Goes down to the Orianna, and the rest of the team is now gonna be dropping like flies one by one. Queen is just gonna clean them up. She's now dominating, and 5 members strong. The DI Hellcats are gonna come and barrel down that mid lane.
You can see here it's a repeat of what just happened in the last few minutes. Camille catching Tristana out, Orianna following up. Gragas and Nami can do much here.
Yeah, I don't think they can do much. This is definitely going to be game. Dr. Hellcats are going to be picking up this win.
Congratulations to Dr. Hellcats. Even though they found it a little bit tough in the early game, even though Tristana got in the lead, but they managed to see these windows of opportunity so well in these team fights. A little bit of micro here, jumping on the Tristana, positional wise. You know, they really brought it back for themselves.
They most certainly did. Very nice comeback there from the Hellcats. I feel like ZEN maybe a little too overconfident on their chase when they managed to pick up the Baron. If they had Baron on 5, then they could put up a pretty good split push, but because they sent their Gragas a bit too far forward as well as their Vi, they lost out those critical Baron buffs. And
And Rogue?
ultimately, yeah, Rogue and Queen, they're with nearly equal damage, by the way. Rogue doing 11 more than Queen, but a very good performance from Dr. Hellcats.
A much deserved MVP on Rogue as well. It was Oriana's ultimate that changed the game, changed the fate for her team. She recognized when they were out of position, she caught out the Tristana, and at the same time, Zen as well, a little bit messy, not really playing around Tristana as what we saw Next Play did in the first game.
That's right. The Hellcats are gonna be moving on to the next round, and Zen are gonna be moving down into the lower bracket. We're gonna be going for another break, but when we come back, it's gonna be Game 5, more action. Stay tuned.